And hello, everyone, and welcome to the Tres Amigos talk show, where I am proud to be joined every Thursday night by my two good friends, Dino, better known as the Tactical Santa, and our fearless leader, the bearded chief, Steve Banos himself. It's so good to have each and every one of you guys here tonight. Thank you so much for taking time out of your Thursday night to join us. We appreciate you so much from the bottom of our hearts. Guys, we have a lot of things to talk about tonight. But Dino, Chief, first of all, I just want to say hello, and how are you doing, Dino?
I'm doing really good. Had a good week so far. Had some training last weekend. It went really good. Did 3 classes, no extra holes, no blood, no nothing. Everybody went through it good. So I'm having a wonderful week. Everything's good, Santa. I'm just happy to be here with you and Chief.
Absolutely. Chief.
Hello, everybody. And that was heartwarming. Thank you. Man, makes you feel good. Daughter had a little minor surgery today, and we go in, the appointment's at 9:15. So being a good sailor, I take her in there half an hour early. So we're there at 1:45. All day long we spent in there. She got her little surgery. She's home. She's sleeping. Grandma's taking care of the wee Spartan right now. So it's quiet at the home front.
That's good to hear, Chief.
Sounds like a busy day. Yeah, same here. It's just been your granddaughter is doing really well. She's getting better every day. Yesterday marked the 1 month that she was at the Texas Children's Hospital. So we're hoping that it's getting closer. Everything's looking good. They're just taking their time and making sure that everything's good to go, so there won't be no revisits, once they do let her go. So appreciate everybody asking about her as always, guys, and thank you very much for your thoughts and your prayers. Really appreciate that. But little Lorelei she got some Smith blood running in her, so she's tough, right? So, all right, guys. Well, guys, we're gonna do something a little special tonight, right? We did something special last week. Of course, every show's special. This is the 40th episode. So, when you look at shows like The Bearded Respect and how many episodes they've had, when you get to 40 episodes, you start to realize, man, these guys have been around a minute, right? And their name alone commands respect because, guys, I'm going to tell you what, the prep that's involved for everybody getting together, kind of collaborating, everything, it's a lot involved. So much respect to not only Bearded Respect, but Melissa Copper-Johns and everybody else out there who goes live to share their thoughts and their ideas and everything else. Got all the beard company owners that go live and do what they do. We appreciate everybody so much. But I'm going to run through real quick, guys, if you guys are good with it.
Yeah.
Because we got a busy show tonight. And I'll talk more about it. And I do want to acknowledge Baker. Appreciate your support so much. Thank you so much. I know you're working hard, man. Always working. We appreciate you catching the replay. What's going on there, Mr. 11 Bravo?
Melissa.
Hey, Melissa. You guys make sure you catch Melissa's show directly after here. We will make sure we be getting off so you guys can go check out Melissa's show, followed by The Bearded Respect at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hey, Bishop, how you doing, brother? And Ronnie, how you doing? Thank you so much for your support. Appreciate you. Not just with us, Ronnie, but just to everybody in general. You do not go unnoticed.
Mm-hmm.
And there's Santa Allen. How you doing, buddy? I heard you got to talk to the Bearded Chief himself. All right, man. Finest. What's going on, brother?
Got all that is.
30 Spray J. Community.
Spray,
yes, sir. There's Mr. Jeff Harmon. Thank you so much for coming on this Santa Tom show last Saturday and showing the Santas how to curl their mustache. Appreciate it. Hey, John. Been thinking about you a lot lately, brother. Hope you're doing well, man. 3D. And there's Jordan. Evening off. Okay, good deal. It's good to have you here, man. All right, there's Jacob.
Jacob.
How you doing, brother? He's doing that Chris symbol. I don't know what that is. That Chris from True North symbol. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I just always see Chris post that. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay. Everybody's saying hello. There's Jim. Small Town Traditions, which I am representing Small Town Traditions with a Small Town Traditions shirt.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out, guys, if you have not tried Small Town Traditions, highly recommend. All right. And Baker, yeah, I already said hello to Baker. He was the first one. All right. Randy, how you doing, brother?
Randy.
Hola. Okay. I think I said, I get to where I can't remember who I said hello to. You guys bear with me. El Pud. There's my Texas brother. How you doing, man? He lives up in Corsicana, Texas. I hope he doesn't mind me saying that, but I have family that live up there. Good evening. How you doing, Bob and Tara? We can start the show now. All right, and I got Chris. Chris. Hey, I meant that all in good spirit, brother. Though I'm not. What does he say? You can go ahead and climb the ladder. Ladder. All right. Hey, Michael, how you doing, man? Thank you so much for being in here. Great talk radio. Yes, absolutely. Appreciate you being here, man. All right. Yes, help me out. See if I miss anybody. I think there's Bane Blends. How you doing, Bane Blends?
Hi, Jacob.
What's going on, brother? Robert Allen. Again, I sometimes I think I say hello to people 2-3 times, but that's okay. That's okay. All right. Appreciate everybody being here so much and saying hello. There's Mrs. Sofa. How you doing? All right. Bishop. And there's Jose. How you doing?
JJP.
Good to see you, brother.
What's going on, man?
Got Renee.
Hey, Dave. How you doing? Hang on. Let me show the respect here. There we go. More beer to Dave. All right. Black Manor. How you doing?
What's up, Renee?
So good to see you. Hey.
Busy bee.
What's going on? There's Amber. I think we just went up 5 subscriptions. Hey, Maker, how you doing? It's good to see you. Thank you for being here. Right. 30 spray, guys, I think. Unless you guys see anybody, everybody just keep
2 for me too. Yeah, 2 for me too.
I don't know if I made that. Okay, there we go. Oh, you got it? I'm sorry, Dino. I'm sorry.
For me.
Good evening. Hey, what's up? How you? And I think we're caught up. I really do. Guys, tonight, if you guys could just, have fun with us, ask your questions in the chat. If there's anything you've ever wanted to know about the Tres Amigos, ask your questions in the chat. Hey, we're all fair game. Obviously, remember, we do have kids that watch this show, so we'll keep it on that level. But I've got some questions for Dino and Chief, right? And they're not going to be the typical, funny kind of, silly type questions. There's going to be some serious questions, so you guys can hopefully get to know us a little bit better. And tonight, I am representing. I haven't seen any of them in the chat tonight, but I decided to get my bearded respect red cap on tonight, so to show tribute to the bearded respect. You guys make sure you check out Copper John's, Melissa, and the bearded respect tonight, guys. Go support them. They are good friends, all of them, of the Tres Amigos, and we truly do support them. All right, are you guys ready?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure? All right, I think I'm going to start with Dino.
Uh-oh.
Right. Now, this question is kind of like life before Santa, right? Because we do know that he is the tactical Santa, and maybe he'll give us his catchphrase here during some of these questions. But how did your time, and if you guys didn't know, Dino at one time in his life was a bouncer and a bodyguard, but how did your time as a bouncer and a bodyguard prepare you for the work that you do now as a firearms instructor?
Well, it was so I'll give you a short story about that. Initially, I didn't want to become a firearms instructor. I had a guy that used to come into the store I worked at, and he was a firearms instructor, and he was talking to me. He got to know me. He's like, "Hey, I really think you'd make a good firearms instructor." I'm like, "No, I don't want to deal with people." I'm like, "I don't want to stand up in front of people and talk to them and be an instructor." Like, I'm an operator. I'm not an instructor, right? And he's like, I'll tell you what. He goes, I'll pay for you to go get your instructorship. That way, if you like it, you stick with it. If not, you haven't lost anything. I'm like, all right, okay. So I went and got the instructorship, and then I started. I think it was 2 classes I taught with him, and I'm like, wow, I really like this. I like it. I'm going to stick with it. But with the bodyguard and bouncing stuff, it all relates because I have a little bit of an edge over most instructors because I've actually done real world stuff and I can teach situational awareness and stuff like that. So it really did help me to where I can give real life situations to people in the classes and get them prepped for what might really happen on the streets.
Outstanding. And I will just say this, since we do have Ravens Beard Co., and I forgot to ask you guys during the opening what you guys are wearing in beard tonight. I myself am wearing 1898 by Ravens Beard Co. If you guys haven't tried it, please go check them out at Ravens Beard Co. And it's a nice, just a beautiful scent, emu oil based and bird oil based. And I love it. Absolutely love it. Wearing it tonight. Beard feels great. Skin feels nourished. So go check them out. Thank you for being here, Raven. That is not a sponsor. That's just a shout out because that's what I'm wearing tonight. Chief, what are you wearing in beard tonight?
Well, funny you should ask. I talked about this Monday. I don't know how well you're going to see this bottle. This is a bottle from Flaming Beard. It's for Buckeye Beard Battle 3. And if you notice the top, it says Hemp Wizard Buckeye Beard Battle 3. And really, really, really small, it says Flaming Beard. And I respect that to no end because this is another company with another company's name on it. And they're all getting donated to Mike Wise. There you go. They're all getting donated to Mike Wiseman for September 6th Buckeye Beard Battle. And you can see Hemp Wizard's name on the top, Buckeye Beard Battle number 3. And the real small red lettering is Flaming Beard. Now, this has got a peanut butter flavor to it and all that because it's Ohio. We eat Buckeyes and stuff. But what's in beard today is a sample of Whiskerina that she sent. And it's a more feminine side of that. And I really like that feminine part of that. It speaks to me. And it does have a little bit of peanut butter in it, but it's toned down. And I like that a lot. And I respect the hell out of them guys for doing something like that with another company and the donation part. And I just love the whole thing. It's amazing. And so that's what I got.
Right.
And Dino.
I've actually got Morning Glory in from Lion's Mane. It's citrus, mint, and vanilla. The carrier blend works amazing. It's essential oil, and it lasts all day. I have everything I've tried from Lion's Mane has been really, really good. So great company, great blend, and beard feels really awesome, and the scent profile is really good.
Thank you, Tara. Appreciate that. And yes, that is a good oil. Another great up and coming company. So I've been really enjoying them myself, as well as I know Chief has. All right, Chief. Speaking of Chief, and for those of you that don't know, and maybe wondering why Chief is called Chief, he is a retired naval chief, and maybe he can explain that just a little bit. But I want to talk about Navy to now. So, as serving as a naval chief, what was the biggest challenge transitioning back into civilian life, and how did you navigate it?
Wow, Tom, thank you. That's a great question. Losing your identity, I think, would be the biggest challenge for me because I was actually somebody. I had, numerous people working underneath me and for me, and I had a purpose, and I was somebody for that period of time. And once you get out, you're just a civilian and you could do whatever you want. It didn't have the same ring to it. Any job you did, it didn't have that same ring because you're starting out at the bottom at any company you go with after the service. So losing your identity, I think, was the kick in the nuts for me, because I ran things and I had respect and people working with you and, motivating people during PT and taking care of sailors. And I lost it all in, one fail swoop of a pen when I retired, but I still try to carry that on today by taking care of people in the beard community and helping people and getting people together and building a community that's not Navy, if you understand what I'm saying. So I'm still in the Navy, but a different kind of Navy, Chiefs Navy, Beard Navy.
That's beautiful, man. And, I know we kind of joke around a lot about that. There's a whole Army Navy kind of rivalry. We got the Army Navy game in football, and it's always back and forth. I was fortunate enough to see an Army Navy game when I was a young lad, and it was at the Vet in Philadelphia, which isn't even there anymore. And I just remembered it was in February, and it's the coldest I think I ever was in my life. So, but great memories. People are just saying thank you. Pops is a retired Master Chief and son is a Chief. Hey, that's awesome. But just again, yes, thank you for your service, Chief. We love you. The bearded community and I myself, I'm sure I speak for a lot of people, have much respect for you, and you are definitely that big brother that I look up to. And guys, for those of you that don't know, if I can brag on it, but when I first came in the bearded community, I was like a lot of people. You start watching the Dan C's. Well, one of the first people I came across was Chiefs videos because I was looking up beard care and I was looking up reviewers and things like that. So I really started cutting my teeth on that. And I said, you know what? I want to try this. So I had about the same reaction with when Chief answered one of my first questions as I did when Dan C first answered one of my questions, and Greg Boswell answered one of my questions. I go running in there to my wife. Oh my God, look. So appreciate you, Chief, on that one. Dino, let's talk about tactical to festive. All right. What inspired you to merge the tough tactical side with the warm, fuzzy, jolly Santa side?
I think the reason why is I didn't want to take myself too seriously, right? Because there's a lot of guys, you see them do firearms training, and you have to be serious when you're actually training. But the other hand of that is that people like to have fun too, right? So my thing is I could sit there and be super serious, and I think that drives a lot of people away, right? Whereas being that funny side, because Tactical Santa is kind of funny. I mean, he is the silent profiling, kissing babies, saving ladies, teaching classes, kicking asses. That's the dude. He is the Michael Jordan of Kringle Jingle, right? So everybody has fun with that. And I think that it really, helped with getting more people to watch me and see what I was actually doing, because nobody wants to be around somebody who's serious all the time. So that's why I decided to do that. Go Blue.
Well, I think I don't think there's too many people that could pull it off. I in my, how sometimes, when we're by ourselves, we try to kind of impersonate, people we look up to. And I try to do that, like the saying, like Chief does. It just doesn't come out the same. Right. So I leave it to the professionals. All right. Chief, from beard to beginnings, when did you decide to grow your iconic beard, and how has it become part of your personal brand?
Freedom beard, retired, signed those DD 214 papers, and grew a goatee, grew a full beard, went back to goatee, just because I couldn't do it for 24 years. And I was like, I got a little freedom. I can do what I want, And the kids bought me some beard oil. Who was it? It was an off-brand, not that great. but I put it in and I was like, wow, this really smells pretty good, And then I did the same thing as you. Let me look at YouTube and see what these guys are saying about, beard oils, because there's a thing, it's called beard oil. And I didn't know anything, nothing about it. So it started into that. And I started buying different beard oils here and there, big companies, because I didn't know about small batch. Then I started watching, of course, Dan C, Scuba, No BS, all those guys. And I was like, wow, I think I could do this, because I used to lead PT all the time, shouting out cadence and, running and, just motivating people. I said, I think I could do this. And TJ Brown from the Bearded Squirrel was into the beard oil too. And I got him pushed in. He didn't know what beard product was at the time. And I was like, hey man, try this. Months go by and we're buying, all the Fables and the, beard octanes, and we're comparing everything at lunchtime. And he comes up and says, I think I'm going to start making beard oil and you're going to start reviewing, because I talked about reviewing. I said, I think I could probably do this reviewing stuff, He's like, you're going to do it. So we did it together, and TJ's doing terrific. And I think I'm doing pretty good, but I'm staying consistent. I'm having fun. It's therapeutic for me. It gets me out of my head. It gets me to focus solely on one thing for 45 minutes while I'm doing the video and building the thumbnails and all that stuff. So it mentally, it helps me just by talking to people on YouTube, and then the live shows with all the chats and all the funniness. And it's so beneficial for me mentally to be here with you guys and do the YouTube channel. So great question.
Well, I think Mad Donkey kind of asked a question that I think we could kind of tie in with this, and that is, not sure it has been asked, but when did you guys start taking care of your beard? So if you were probably like me, mine was immediately. I kind of did my homework as I just started growing it, because I wanted to grow the best beard I could. So mine was immediately. How about yours, Chief?
Mine was a little bit, I don't know, months, maybe a year after retirement with the goatee. And like this black shirt I'm wearing right now would have had like flakes all over it. And I just thought that was normal. Why? Because my dad had a beard his entire life. Black shirt, dark gray shirt, whatever, would have flakes all over it. And I just thought it was a normal thing. And then I started using that Eisner Mile. That's what it was. Eisner Mile, little sample packs the kids got me. I started using that, and it started to go away, like never came back. And then, Beard Octane, Fable came in, and all the big names, Artius Man. And I was addicted. I was hooked. So.
Dino?
Probably about 4 months after my heart surgery, because I was like, I'm not shaving because I was on blood thinners. So I let it grow. And then the dreaded beard itch came, right? The beard dandruff came. And I remember I looked up, I was Googling, trying to figure out stuff. And all of a sudden in my Facebook stream, up popped Fable. So I bought some beard oil, and then I bought some butter. She's like, beard oil, butter. And I'm like, well, I should buy some beard wash and conditioner. And then I remember seeing something about Dan C, because I'm like, all right, I got this product, but I don't know how to use it, right? So I actually went on to Dan C's and looked up how to use it. And then, man, once I started using it, man, I was hooked. There was no looking back,
Hey, that's wonderful, man. And if there's any doubt for anybody here, which I'm sure there's not, for anybody that's in the chat right now, but we are huge supporters here on the Tres Amigos of Dan C. Bearded. He's meant so much to us, and also as well as the bearded community. But I have a lot of Santas that will reach out and ask questions. And, instead of going into, because I'm lazy, going into a long explanation as far as like in a message, I will go to Dan C's channel, pop it right up, because you just type in anything and a video is going to pop up for that subject, and send them the link. Easy peasy, right? And then just tell them, hey, and if you got any questions, reach out to Dan. He would be more than happy to answer any questions that you got. So we do a special shout out to Dan C in here as well. All right, whose turn is it? I think it is Dino. So, training philosophy. This is a question that I've always kind of wondered. As a firearms instructor, what is the most important lesson that you try to install? I don't know if students is the right word. Is that the right word, or is it your
students? Yeah,
students. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I think I try to install to all my students that see the firearm's a tool, but the most important tool that you have in your toolbox is your mind and mindset, right? Your mind is the most important tool. It's not the firearm you carry. It's not the gear you carry. It's your mind. It's got to be proper mindset. A lot of people get that wrong, and I try to explain to them, and I get their mindset to a different area when they train with me. Because, the other thing I believe in, I'm like, listen, I'm like a Boy Scout, because I believe in Murphy's Law. If it can happen bad, it's going to happen. You've got to be prepared. The bodyguard role prepared me for that, because you may have plan A, but you also better have plan B, plan C, and plan D, because a bad day means everything goes wrong, and you got to be able to use your mind to get you out of situations. And the other thing I really preach the gospel of in my classes when I talk to people, I'm like, listen, please, thank you, excuse me, and I'm sorry will get you almost out of every situation. It's better to walk away. The firearm's a tool of last resort, and it's better to walk away and not have to pull it or get yourself involved in anything. It saves you a lot of time, effort, money, emotional distress, and physical distress, So, yeah.
Well, I wanted you to see this one right here.
So I just saw that, and Raven, let me tell you my philosophy on that. Don't sweep your house. Set up a safe room.
Safe room.
The proper way is grab your kid. Anybody you live with, you should have them all set up. Like, listen, if anything bad's happening, this is the safe room. Barricade that room. Call the cops. Guard that door, because I got trained in room clearing, and it is not an easy thing to do, especially if a bump in the night happens. It's 3 a.m. You're groggy. I can ask this. That's why I always ask my classes, how many people here think I've ever room cleared when I was on the job by myself? No, always had 2 or 3 other guys, because it's a very slow process, very dynamic. And at the end of the day, if you are your family's protector, you don't want to go room clear and end up being a victim, because if you're a victim, that means your wife and your kids are going to be the next victim. Mm-hmm. Safe room, barricade, call the cops, protect that room. Stay safe. Don't go looking in the house. Let the cops do their job.
Good advice. Good advice.
Solid. Very solid.
All right. Chief.
Yes, sir.
I want to know your philosophy on reviews. So as a beard product reviewer, what's the process for deciding if something makes the cut for your audience?
I've only had a couple that I didn't review, but I did talk to the company. I think you know this. I like new companies that are starting up, small micro batch companies. I like to give them feedback and give them a good review. But if there's a problem, like a major problem, I'll reach out to them in Messenger or video chat or things like that to maybe help them through the stumble that that everybody's going to see if they keep putting this out. I don't think I'm that great. I'm just a guy that gets on there and tells you, hey, this is the profile. It reminds me of this, the carrier oil blend. I talk a little bit about the carrier oils. Sometimes I'll pick one out, talk about it. I just like to have fun with it. And sometimes I get really excited about some products, and, you can tell that in the videos, but I like to have fun. Me and Dino have done a couple fun videos together. I've done a couple for Ball Wash that I think are pretty fun. I just like to have fun and, interact with the community. And I really love doing the reviews. I'm kind of backed up right now. I've got 2 on deck, and I keep getting a message here and there. Hey, you want to try our company? And I'm like, yeah, but I want to buy your stuff. I mean, do I get some free stuff every once in a while? Yeah, it's automatically just sent. It's one of those things. I don't ask for it. It's kind of a red flag for me, but I like to purchase from small batch, get their company in, get excited about opening the box and smelling and seeing how well they did out of the gate, and interacting with that company. Especially being new, they want your feedback. They want it good. They want it bad. They just want to hear it. And I'm kind of brutally honest sometimes. I'm tactful about it, but I'm very honest with the owners. And I think that's important. But yeah, that's kind of my philosophy. Treat everybody fair. Unless their product is just not up to snuff, then you just let them know.
Right. And that's something I learned from you, Chief, from the beginning was, right when I first started in review, there was some folks out there that would get on there and say some not so nice things, about products. And it just didn't really sit right with me because, for one, if do I think the people need to be told if something's off with their products? Absolutely. But the way Chief explained it, send them a message. If they don't want to listen to you, hey, it's nothing on your hands. But But that privately, type thing. Somebody had asked me one time, well, I don't ever hear you say anything negative about a company. It's because I'm not going to review if I have something negative to say.
Right.
Now, if it's something, with the, the bottle or the labeling or something like that, I mean, it's, that's something easily fixed. But just to go dog a company,
Right.
to me, that's my opinion, guys. But just one of the many things that I've learned from Chief. So appreciate that. All right, Dino.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of the same thing for you. I call this one the beard reviewer's eye. All right. In your opinion, what makes a beard product truly stand out of the crowd in your beard reviews?
I concentrate more on the scent profile. When I smell it, it's got to smell good. Although I have had some that I was like, okay, not too bad. But when they get in the beard, they open up. I know some people, like, there are some where you look at like, wow, the bottle and the label, because people buy with their eyes, right? And I have nothing against that. I mean, I have some that I bought just because of the art and the bottle. I'm like, it's cool, but at the end of the day, it's a product I'm going to be using and putting in the beard. And if it's got just an amazing scent profile, that really makes it shine to me. And then the other part of that, it's two parts, is it's got to work good in the beard. I mean, I've had some that the scent profile was really good, but my beard just didn't like it. Being a gray beard, it just didn't like it. And I was like, man, I really wish this would have worked better for me because I really like the scent profile, but it's just my beard type. It's not a problem with the company. It's just the carrier blend didn't work for my beard,
Sounds good. I mean, that's great answer. Great answer. Okay, Chief. Influence and impact. How has being a social media influencer shaped your life, and has it shaped your life in any way? And what's been your proudest moment on a live or a video or anything like that so far?
I think proudest moment was standing on world stage with my brother Dino. I didn't care if we won. I went to have fun and meet all these great people. It was a wonderful time, a great experience, highlight of my beard career. But I think I'm not anybody. I'm still a young fish in the pond, but I'm kind of ate up with the beard community, and my wife kind of hears about it all the time, and the phone calls and the messages that one of your beard buddies. Yeah, honey, it is. So it kind of takes over a little bit of your social life, your private life. And I love it, but it does eat up a lot of time, and you dedicate a lot of time to it. You get a couple oils in that you need to review. You stick to that company, when you're wanting to try, all these companies, but you stick to that one company, and then you do the review and you look forward to the review. But yeah, I think I guess influencer is a good word. Reviewer, it's changed me a little bit, and I think for the better. I think more about the community than I do myself. I want to push people and friends and future influencers more than I want to push my YouTube channel, if that makes sense.
Right. Makes perfect sense. Great answer. And I wouldn't have expected anything different. I have a lot of respect for people who can stick to one, not just maybe one company, but just one oil. You hear people, I just ran out of this, I have to order it again. Ooh, that's a lot of discipline, because I just don't have that much discipline. I see something, it's like a piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy. You say something new. I got to get it. But
hey, question real quick. What was the
Yes.
last bottle that you went through Santa, Tom? Can you remember?
Yeah. I would have to say Fig and Awesome by EDC Beer Co. And you're right. It's hard to go through a full bottle of anything really quick, but that's the last one I went through, because I was trying to save it, because when EDC went out of business, I was like, oh, no, I got to be sparingly. But when he opened back up and he did say that he was going to be dropping that again, I started using it and finished off the bottle. So absolutely love it. But yeah, how about you?
I think it would be a butterscotch one that I mixed up with Squirrel when we had a few drinks down in his workshop. I don't remember what all we put in it, but it was butterscotch heavy, and wow, yeah, tank that one.
Right.
Dino, how about you?
You guys aren't going to believe this, but I have not completed a bottle yet of anything. I've got so much stuff, and I just haven't been able to make it through. You know, there's ones that are half and getting 3/4 done, but nothing that has been emptied yet.
Ooh.
Well, and I did lie. I actually finished one a couple days ago, and it was Dead Man Beard Co.'s Scent of the Month that I knocked off my counter and busted on the floor. And I reached out. Brian he didn't reach out to ask me if I was going to do a review on it, but he said, "How do you like it?" And I said, "Well, to be honest with you, I used it once and finished it off the same day." Busted it all over. He's like, "Oh no!" So we've all done it, I'm sure. But
right.
All right, Dino.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so then this is going to be my last question for Dino, and I've got one more for Chief. So I call this one the man away from the camera. And we know that Dino is very busy and has got his hands in a lot of things and involved in a lot of shows. But what's one personal value or life philosophy that guides everything you do, whether it's teaching, reviewing, or being the tactical Santa?
I think the one thing that I should say, the one hill that I die on is that if I tell you I'm going to do something, I do it. I follow through. You know, in the modern era that we live in, there's a lot of people who say, "Oh, I'll do this," or "I'll give my word," and they fall through. And I learned this from a very young age from my grandfather and my father. Like, if you give somebody your word that you're going to come through with something, you make it happen. No matter what you have to do, you make it happen. I mean, I was talking to a guy today, and he looked at me and he wanted some advice. And I'm like, "Look, man, you know, you should go down this path. This is, you know, what's good for you." And he goes, "Well, you know, this and that." I'm like, "Look, you know, everybody has excuses. You can come up with excuses, but you know, you need to give your word to yourself that you're going to make yourself better and follow this through." So very important nowadays to you know, be a man of your word or a woman of your word, person of your word, to not let yourself down and others down, because once you start letting people down, that's a hard hole to dig out of, and people will not trust you. So gaining people's trust by being that person that holds their word to a higher level is what the hill I die on.
That is absolutely beautiful. You know, it reminds me of, you know, I spent a lot of years working in the penitentiary of the state of Texas.
Mhm.
And one of the things that you heard a lot from the convicts was that my word is my bond, right? That was a phrase they used a lot. And they would say that because if, you know, lying in prison is not a good thing, you know, it can get you unalive real quick. Right. And so, you know, and that just, you know, even though their kind of wording of it is a little warped, or their meaning of it is a little warped. I absolutely 100% respect and agree with everything you said, man. You're only born with two things. That's your name and your word. That's it. Right. And you know, you're not taking anything with you. So that's all you got in life, really, when it comes down to it. So yeah. Beautiful answer.
Thank you.
Okay, Chief, beyond the beard, what is one hobby, skill, or passion that you have that your audience might be surprised to learn about?
I used to race motorcycles, GNCC, and I never had the money for the big brand new machines. I'd always have older pieces of crap with baling wire holding them together. And I was always faster than most of my buddies I'd go out with. And I don't know why, probably because I've been on a motorcycle since I was 7. I think we talked about this. I never begged my father for anything, but I was 7. I begged him for a dirt bike because we lived out in the country. And I remember telling you the story, but I'll recap it again. 7 years old, Christmas Eve, and we lived in a trailer while we were building our house. The trailer was on the property, and my dad's had a couple amaretto and cokes that night or something, and he fires this dirt bike up in the living room of this trailer. Ring, ring, ring. And of course, I woke up, and there's my dirt bike. So it's always been a passion. I've had like 28 motorcycles, a lot of dirt bikes. Now I'm into ATVs because I'm older, I'm fatter. I need 4 wheels instead of 2 because I'm not as dangerous and fast as I used to be. But motorcycle racing, anything with speed. I've had turbo motorcycles, just hellion on wheels. Break the law a couple times, yeah, maybe more than a couple. But motorcycles is a passion, and now it's my grandkids 100% and slowing life down a little bit and riding that 4-wheel ATV is where I'm at.
That's awesome. We just had Lee from EDC jump in here. We've got some great company owners in here. We've got Chris from True North. We've got who else is in here? We got Raven. We got Bane Blends has been in here. We've got Small Town Traditions, which I'm wearing their shirt tonight. Jim is in here, and we just had Lee jump in here. So real quick, out of respect here, real quick there, Lee. I don't know if you can see that or not, brother. I'm representing True North, or the Bearded Respect tonight, but I figured I'd go ahead and show EDC a little respect and how much I appreciate Lee and Kim and how much they've meant to the bearded community, and just love seeing you around so much more, brother. Thank you for jumping in tonight and saying hello. Dynamite, I didn't see you jumping here, brother, but hello, and thank you for jumping in here tonight. Dynamite, representing the red Bearded Respect tonight. Okay, guys, that was all the questions I have. I do have one more question for both of you. If both of you could see any musician, entertainer, or actor alive or dead, who would it be? Dino, I'll start with you.
Hopefully this doesn't steal Chief's thunder, but man, I'll tell you what, I missed out earlier, and I had tickets to go. My girlfriend wanted to go, and I let her and her girlfriend go because I had to work. But Prince, believe it or not, Prince. I would have loved to seen him. Just a phenomenal musician, and I heard he put on one amazing show. So.
I think you may have stole Chiefs.
No. No, I'm going to go with hometown hero Dean Martin, Jerry Lewis, Sinatra, the eloquent guys that were just ahead of their time and bigger than life, full of life. And Dino, he's from, I don't know, 5 minutes from me. So,
right.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
I have such a hard time with that question because when I was working my past career, I got to see so many entertainers and meet entertainers. So it's hard to figure out who I would,
Yeah.
That's a tough one. I love that question when you ask folks that on the show. I look forward to it. So, and it's kind of how we have traditionally started kind of wrapping the show up. But guys, that's the questions I have for you two. And if you guys have any questions, and we just had Tyson from Copper Johns jump in. Thank you so much, Tyson. Been enjoying all the stuff here lately that you've been putting out, man, and your book and everything. Congratulations. So thankful to have you in the bearded community and what you do. We just here at the Tres Amigos, we 100% definitely support Copper Johns and Tyson in your journey, man. Just so excited for you. But guys, that's my questions for you. I hope you guys learned a little bit about Chief and Dino tonight. You guys hear me talk enough about, in videos and everything. But, a lot of people always ask me, guys, in fact, I had a family member today reach out and say, hey, you've really been enjoying some of these videos you've been dropping. And I've been dropping a lot of the kind of like the more of the self-help man, helping men out type videos and dads. And guys, I always tell people when I drop videos like that, I'm speaking more to myself than I am anybody else. If somebody else gets something out of it, that's great. That's fantastic. And that's wonderful. But I always try to get something out. And this is something I have a lot of respect for Raven Beardco and some of the things that he talks about is really looking into, in yourself. always trying to improve yourself every day, finding something out that you can improve on every day. And if you're not improving every day, it may be time to start, right? Whether it's picking up a book, or, turn that TV off, and not the Tres Amigos talk show. Wait till this is over, but then picking up a book and learning something, but learn something about yourself every day. Something Dino mentioned, your word. If you say something, if your kids or your mother or your aunt or your neighbor ask for some help and you say you'll help them, hey, go do it. Go help them, but always try to find something about yourself every day. You guys got anything else to add on that?
You know what? You just pinged on some stuff. I don't know if you watched Monday Night Show or not, but I like the fact that everybody here is a little diversified and not just one lane of beard oil products. You guys do your own thing. I do a couple little things here and there. I'm not as in tune as you two are, but we're going to start something that you just hit a couple notes on. Elf Team 6, and we didn't tell you in the green room, but you, Santa Tom, are going to be the deciding factor on who makes the cut for Elf Team 6. Now, I'm going to tell you, and along with everybody else in here, it's probably going to start here pretty soon. And it's not going to turn you into a Hulk. We're not going to go into the gym and deadlift 315 pounds. We're going to start we're going to just start with moving the body, because we're all middle-aged men and women. And, this is for men and women. It doesn't matter. We're going to do a little bit of exercise. And you mentioned reading. We're, what's that, 75 hard, where you have to read. We're going to do a little bit of reading. We're going to do something for the community. We're going to make somebody smile. You know what I mean? Things like that. And we're going to make ourselves a little bit better every day. And those that join the auditions for Elf Team 6, if they pass Chief's cut, I push them to Dino. And Dino, if they pass his cut, ultimately sends them to you to bring those new members on to guard Santa on his wonderful night of Christmas Eve. So, you've got me and Dino already, and we're spread thin on Christmas night, man. And it's hard to keep everybody in line and guard the man. So we need some new recruits. So we're going to do that. And we're basically we're trying to make each other better.
Right.
Physically, mentally, hydration, vitamins, reading, helping strangers, helping our community, things like that. And there's going to be a couple wickets you got to check off. Send me a message. Hey, Chief, 1, 2, 3 are done. And then next week or 2 weeks later will be a second set. And they might get a little bit harder and a little bit more intricate, but we're not going to be muscle men, but we're going to move our bodies and then do things like that. So what do you think, Santa?
That's awesome. People, if they ever wonder why I like just hanging around or just having a chance to be around you guys, this is why. Just y'all's creativity, y'all's mindset, how you guys are always thinking outside the box. I love that. I love being around people like that. Right. And, because my mind doesn't necessarily work like that. My mind moves 100 miles an hour about certain things, but not necessarily like you guys. And I think that's what is just so neat hanging around you. I think that's a wonderful idea. We've talked about some stuff before the show that we may be seeing coming up on future shows that I'm really excited about. So, that's awesome. I love it. Well, guys, we got about 10 minutes left. Mm-hmm. And I will leave it up to you guys, whatever you guys want to do. We got some great people in the chat.
I would like to say this. I think I speak for Chief when I say this, because you always say how much that Chief and I inspire you. But I got to tell you, Santa Tom, the inspiration that you give Chief and myself, I can speak on this. I was kind of in one lane just doing beard product and that. And I'm like, you know what? I saw some stuff you're doing. And it inspired me to branch out and do other things, because you really do. You are a very inspirational speaker when you speak. You're very genuine, and it comes from the heart. So as much as you say that we inspired you, you inspired Chief and I every day. I just want you to know that.
Well, I appreciate that. I mean, guys, and I know I don't just say this. I don't look at myself like that. I really don't. And I know I feel kind of like Tyson here. I know Tyson doesn't like compliments. I appreciate that. I really do. It means a lot. But it's like I was telling some guys, one of the guys that's in the chat tonight the other day is I'm just a guy that just talks on camera, right?
Right.
And puts out some content that hopefully means something to people. But guys, that I think at the end of the day, that's all we can do. Tyson's out there doing it. Chris is out there doing it every day. Corey from Weatherbeard, Jim from Small Town Traditions, and Jacob from Bane Blends, and Ravens, and all these people, all these wonderful beard owners, just supporting one another. Ricky and Ronnie, and help me out, whoever else is in here. Just always supporting each other, and at the end of the day, always lifting each other up. I saw today Ronnie was asking about somebody that's actually in the chat today, kind of asking about them, making sure they're okay. That means so much to me, that people are like that, because we can lose sight of the fact that, no matter the problems we may be going through, there's always somebody out there that's going through something a lot worse. And you might be that person that just reaching out and checking on them or asking how they're doing may mean the world to them. Right. I can't tell you how many times from people here in the chat that I've gotten private messages from just saying, hey, I just want to let you know I appreciate you. I hope you do good. And I needed it right then at that moment, just like every week, these guys right here, I tell them all the time, I look forward to Thursday nights. It gives me something to look forward to. And not that I don't enjoy my life or nothing like that. That's not what I'm saying, but it gives me something to prepare for. And I think we all, as a human being, need something. We need several things in life, right? We need something to look forward to. We need to feel accepted. We need to feel loved, regardless of what anybody may say. I don't need to feel that. Yeah, you do. You do. Right. And you need somebody to reciprocate that same thing with you. So
right.
I appreciate all the kind words, but I really do appreciate you guys. So
well, Santa, real quick, everything's got an expiration date. Our military careers, they had to come to an end. This is going to come to an end. The reviews are going to come to an end one day. But in the meantime, not any of us in here are quitters. And we're very passionate about what we do, very consistent with what we do. We love what we do. The people in the community absolutely adore those people. So we're not quitters, and we're going to be here for a long time, but everything has an expiration date. But we're going to keep grinding until that date comes. Dino, if you don't mind, tell them where they can sign up for Elf Team 6 tryouts.
Yep. So if you go on to the Facebook page, Tactical Santa Order, go on there, and there is a post about being part of Elf Team 6 selection. I haven't really got with Chief yet on our exact start time. I believe it's going to be an 8 to 10 week type deal, Chief. Is that what we were talking about? So the first wave of people, it'll be 8 to 10 weeks. Then there'll be a little break, and then there might be a wave too if we get enough people wanting to come in to do it again. But definitely check it out, sign it up. Absolutely free. All it is your time and making different choices to help yourself, right? So, yeah, definitely sign up, join the page, and join the Tactical Santa Order so you can be part of Elf Team 6.
I think it ties in perfectly exactly what we were talking about, being a part of something, right?
Right. Right.
And that's why the community. So Ronnie says the community is not the same without. Yeah. Everybody's important, and Melissa from Copper Johns and Black Manor. I don't want to forget Black Manor. She's always so encouraging and so supportive. So thank you very much to all you company owners for all that you do. And running a business is not easy. I do want to close the show, guys, by talking about something that I'm very excited for on September 6th, guys. That's the Buckeye Beard Battle 3. We will be having breaking news. We will be having Mike Wiseman on the show the Thursday before. He will also be on the Monday Night Mayhem show the Monday before, and he will be on the Bearded Respect the same night on the 4th as well. So you're going to get a lot of Mike Wiseman, hear a lot about the Buckeye Beard Battle. But Chief, would you mind sharing where it's at, kind of maybe a little bit about it? And I'm I'm gonna tell you, I'm excited for the Buckeye Beer Battle. I'm more excited about meeting these two right here because it'll be the first time all three of us be together, and we promise we'll have plenty of pictures and video.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we sure will. It's Zanesville, Ohio. It's a little northeast of Columbus, right dead center, Ohio. I think the doors open at 5. There's going to be multiple bands there. Yours truly's MC, and my two buddies here are going to be judges, along with a couple other superstars in the community. And who else is MC? Bearded Texan is the other MC. So there's going to be a couple YouTube guys there, and Dave Born Bearded, I think, is going to be there. Let's see, 30 Spray J, just a whole bunch of Finest, I think, is going to be there. A lot of the community in this chat right now is going to be there. It's going to be a great event, even if the little portion of it is the beard battle. Even if that's not a success, just meeting up with everybody will be the biggest success of the night. Lots of bands. We're going to somehow shove a beard contest in between all those 5 bands, but the bands are amazing. The barn itself is very cool venue from what it has been the last 2 years. It's bigger, it's better this year, more suited for a beard battle, let's say, than the last 2 years.
Right.
Combat to Kayak is going to be the charity for it. I think they're going to be there too. So it's going to be one heck of an event. I'm super stoked. I took vacation for this. I'm going to be there with my brothers, and I think Bishop's going to be there too. And if you're in the chat and you're going to be there, just, I'll be there in there. So let us know.
And you guys, I held up a sticker earlier from Born Bearded, and a lot of people have stickers now, as far as, people that are company owners, obviously, and people that are influencers or reviewers and things like that. And I'm sorry I'm so proud of this, guys, but I just got my first sticker made, and it's a Santa Tom sticker. So if you think and that is the AI image cartoon version of me right there. So, and it's the one that I've been sticking these on magnets, but I'll be bringing some of these stickers. So reach out to me, and Chief and Dino both have stickers too. So reach out if you would like to have a sticker, so I kind of know how many to bring. I'd love to. Can't wait to meet everybody there. We have 3 minutes left. I'm going to let these guys kind of say their final thoughts. You guys, make sure you jump on. Copper John's Melissa is next right after here at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then The Bearded Respect is on at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I believe, who's on the Bearded Respect tonight? Is it Bane Blends? Bane Blends. So you guys make sure to, what was that, Dino?
Bane Blends.
Bane Blends, right? Bane without the L in the middle. Bane Blends. So go check out Jacob tonight on Bane Blends. It's going to be a great show. It's always a great show with those 3 guys, and also Copper John's Melissa. We just appreciate those guys so much. Dino and Chief, final thoughts.
One more real quick, Dino, before you go. Jeff Harmon, there are hotels that are offering a discount. I can't remember off the top of my head which one at the moment.
If you go to Buckeye Beard Battle 3's Facebook page, it lists the hotels there. Yeah.
And
I'm glad you got that.
One of the Bearded Respect, Mr. Bruce City, is going to be there. I see that too. Awesome.
Nice.
Who did you say he is?
Mr. Bruce City.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Well, hey, and I was he introduced me to the Renegade Beard Club, which I am now a member of, and very proud member of it, the Texas chapter. So we kind of have something in common. Hey, Kevin, how you doing, brother? But representing a little Bearded Respect tonight, there, brother. Just love the color red. Dino, any final thoughts?
Just that, so my Slay Walker Encounters is this Saturday at 8 p.m. on my YouTube channel, Monday Night Mayhem, and then the first episode ever of the Slay and Anchor Show, which will be Chief and myself doing a live review on a couple products. So check that out. Also on the Tactical Santa channel, that'll be at 7 o'clock, correct, Chief?
Sure.
Tuesday at 7? Yep, Tuesday at 7 o'clock. But thank you, everybody, for being here. What an awesome show. And some amazing questions, and I got to learn a little bit more about my brother, so it was an awesome show.
I don't know how you do it, man. I don't know how you do so many shows.
Chief likes to say I'm a vampire, but I'll promise you, when I see you guys, I'll step in front of a mirror and you guys can put garlic near me. I promise I'm not really a vampire. I just have a lot of energy sometimes. That's all.
There's one thing in the bearded community that you will never be, and that's bored, because there's so much content out there, between Dan C and all the company owners going live, and just the different shows, guys. Support your brothers and sisters in the bearded community, guys. Keep them in your thoughts. Check on them often. Always stay on top of each other as far as checking on people, guys. You don't ever know how much of a difference you'll make, guys. Until next week, guys, we will have, who did we say we have next week?
Sunshine State Grooming.
Sunshine State Greg from Sunshine State Grooming, guys. Don't miss it. You're going to love them, out of the sunny Sunshine State of Florida, guys. So until then, we look forward to seeing you. Remember, this world could use a little kindness, so be kind to one another. And as always, keep Christmas in your heart year round. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. Go check out Copper John's, Melissa.